Hi everyone. This is intended to help us understand what the final project will be like for week 6. And actually all along now you'll be doing an assignment which will mirror what you're doing for your final project. So I'll have a template up for you which will be an Excel workbook, and each of the tabs will already be preloaded with a template, and what you need to do then is fill it in. So let's talk about what that is. Using the company that you're working for or a company that you would like to work for, we want to do a buying plan. So we're going to actually plan and assort and create a purchase order as if we were making a buy for our company. So when we open up the workbook, the first worksheet will be called Consumer Profile. And basically in there you'll be looking at a variety of data in your environmental scan. You can use VALS, the US Census, and the goal is to forecast some trends in consumer behavior. For each of them you'll need to have 2 reasons why. So things like VALS, buying behavior, cultural implications are the categories, each of which you'll need to have 2 reasons for what your trend, your expected trend is going to be, and a citation. So in this particular case you might want to insert a hyperlink, is more than acceptable for this project. Worksheet 2 is the profit and loss 6-month plan. We're going to combine those 2 reports together in terms of what we're looking at, and then worksheet 3 will be an official open to buy report. So the 6-month plan, again we'll use some cell references and our math formulas that we've been learning about, and what you'll do is determine a season total, a breakout by month. You'll want to note why you made those decisions, which month have more sales, which months have less sales, why you defend your reason for why you had your percent change increase or decrease. Again, 2 justifications for each month with your reasons clearly stated and why, and citations for sources for your justifications. Worksheet 3 will be your open to buy report, and in this particular case there's a series of things that we'll be looking for. So first of all, it'll be the stock to sales ratio and beginning of month stock. So effectively using a monthly sales plan, calculating, determining what your stock to sales ratios will be for each month, and then calculating the beginning of month for each plan. Again, just like we'll be doing in our weekly assignments. The justification area, here's where you need to state the reasons why you decided on that stock to sales ratio. You may decide not to use the same ratio, and I just put in last year for you. If you don't have one, if you know a last year, then you should put that in. And your goal and your defense needs to improve your turnover and lower your average stock to help improve the financial status of the company. So we'll be looking for that to work itself out. You'll also then, in this worksheet, be working on plan markdowns. So you've got the sales data and already done, and then you're going to calculate the percent to sales for the entire season of markdowns. So it'll be markdowns times the percent for the total season. And again, I'll have a whole demonstration as well. That'll calculate markdown dollars total, and then you'll have a percentage breakout by month. Here you'll need 2 justifications as to why you chose those markdown numbers and that allocation. Again, how will they improve the financial plan and reflect customer behavior? The last part of this particular worksheet is plan purchases. So in this particular case, you're completing all of the retail math formulas. You'll be calculating an end of month, and then you need to decide on an IMU, an initial markup to use for your area of business, and again cite industry benchmark references if you don't have your own. Worksheet 4 is sales by classification and by month. So again, using your season sales plan, which you already have, you'll be listing your major sales classifications, determining a percent of sales for each classification, and then calculating the sales for each calculation, and I'll be showing you how to use an absolute reference. And again, the season sales should match the total class sales. The second part will be to fill in the monthly percent sales. So you'll be listing all the classifications of your business on the left-hand side column. Listed next to that, you will have the percentage total for the season, and again that percentage needs to equal 100%. And then based on that, total seasons times the monthly allocations will fill in the total sales, or classification applications will fill in the total sales by class. You want to list the total sales across the bottom of the page, and sales should equal planned sales for this season. This probably seems exceptionally overwhelming at the time, but what I wanted to do this recording was at least you could begin with the end in mind, and then see the demo on the worksheets, and then come back to this and go, okay, now that makes sense again. Now I understand what that is. So we'll be working on some subclassifications as well. So I'm going to ask that you have 5 major classes and 3 subclasses. Worksheet 5 is the assortment plan. How are we going to split it all up? And we'll be using either fabrication or some other major sort for your business. It might be bike sizes, it might be iPads versus iPods versus Macs. Again, we'll have a major classification. You'll need at least 3 major classifications or fabrications if you're working in apparel. Or jewelry, different kinds of metals or combinations. And again, cite 2 sources to justify why you've made those decisions. Most things have color attached to them, so again we want to have an assortment of what is the most popular color do you think will sell in that season, and then sequentially down. And again, cite 2 sources as to why you selected those colors. Then an assortment by size, or the next subsort. Again, in the apparel, accessories, and so forth area, it's then by size. And again, make a comment to defend those reasons. Then you'll also work by vendor. And in some cases, a vendor might be the major sort. So again, we can switch that up depending on the company that you're working with. So when it all comes down, we'll have all the percentages set to go, and then we'll be able to take an open to buy number for one of our months and be able to, which is to enter the purchase for the season. And then what we'll be doing is actually having an opportunity to calculate by size, by color, by style, by vendor. We're going to attach an average price to that so that we can say, okay, there's $1,000 and each of them are $100, so then we can equate to how many units can we buy. And then once we have all that, we'll be able to transfer that information into a purchase order. And worksheet 7, and the final worksheet is performing a brief survey monkey, or we may change that up due to the fast nature of the class. And if there's only, depending on the number of people in the class, we might do something a little differently in terms of how you'll gain some quick insights into how you want to promote your business. You can decide on a budget method plan from that chapter in the book. And again, determine a dollar amount, and then create a very brief promotion plan. You might create a Facebook place or a Facebook page, or potentially make a QR generator code for an item that you have, or maybe you want to put yourself on Foursquare, or some other way that you'd like to promote your business. And then the overall presentation, all of the worksheets will be labeled, and you'll create a cover page for your project. And so in essence, what you'll end up doing is you'll have a workbook, and then you're going to have a PowerPoint presentation. So again, you're creating one overall presentation. You can use something like Google Docs. In this case, there's not enough folks for a team in this venue, so it's an individual assignment. And that way you'll have an opportunity to post it on the discussion board and get feedback before we assign final grades. Super fun project. It seems overwhelming to begin with, but if you just simply take one piece at a time, and each time we cover content, start to work on that final project for yourself and be able to transfer that skill set out of the textbook and out of the assignment into a real life project. It is absolutely the most exciting and amazing thing. So look forward to having fun with you.